So you've seen some amazing wingsuit flight videos online and you want to become a wingsuit pilot. Right on. My name is Salvador Chang and I am in fact a wingsuit pilot. I've been getting a ton of questions on exactly how to become a wingsuit pilot after my 30-day wingsuit challenge video that was like last week. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go ahead and check this video out right here. But yeah, I've been getting a ton of questions on how to become a wingsuit pilot, so that's exactly what we're gonna address in this video today. So in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and explain how you can go from an average Joe or Jane to a badass flying wingsuit machine. The main three things that we're gonna be going over in this video is gonna be the exact action steps in order to get you into a suit. The second one is gonna be the wingsuit equipment that we're gonna use. We're gonna kind of do a brief overview of that. And then third, last but not least, we're gonna talk about pricing and the approximate cost that's gonna take financially for you to get in a wingsuit. And then as a bonus at the end of the video, what we're gonna go ahead and do is give real life advice how you can achieve any goal that you want. So be sure to stick around to the end of the video for that. And then side note, as a disclaimer, let me go ahead and read this. Side note, I'm a little baby bird who just started flying this year. If you wanna learn from the pros, do extra research, trust me, there's more than enough experience out there if you do the research. Just do the research. All right, so phase one into becoming a wingsuit pilot. This is gonna be the step-by-step guide. Phase one, first you're gonna need to become a skydiver. What this means is you're gonna have to sign up for AFF, also known as the Accelerated Free Fall Program or course or whatever you want to call it. So if you're curious to see the exact process of AFF or the Accelerated Freefall course, what you can do is go ahead and click this link in the top left-hand corner, and I'm going to go ahead and show you my experience during the AFF course. Go ahead and click that video, you'll check it out. But on to the next point. So after AFF, what you're going to want to do is rack up 200 jumps as a minimum. And I already know what you're thinking, 200 jumps is a lot, but that's what's required in order to sign up for a first flight course in order to get you in a wingsuit. So first off, you're going to need to sign up for AFF. Second off, you're going to need to get 200 skydives under your belt. So during those 200 skydives, not only are you going to learn a lot about the different disciplines in skydiving, but you're also going to learn a lot about your gear, and through like talking to other people, you're going to learn a lot just about the sport in general. So during this 200 jump period, learn, ask as many questions as possible, be a sponge. What your goal is to basically learn as much as possible within those 200 skydives. So some of the different disciplines that you can work on while you're getting those 200 skydives under your belt is going to be belly flying, free flying, and then tracking and angle jumps. But once again, you just want to learn as much as possible while you're getting to 200 jumps in order to get you into a wingsuit. So speaking of skydiving, I actually stumbled across another skydiver's channel by the name of Andre. He is quite new on YouTube, but he's actually not new when it comes to skydiving and then being in the skydiving community. Here's going to be a short clip so you can see exactly what I'm talking about.
Put them in the dirt, say it again, man, and that's a reverse. Never rehearse, jumping in first. Call up the nurse, put the beat in the hearse. This is absurd, take the berserk. Don't get on the tracks, man, and they better swerve. Don't got a nerve, man, I never curse. Just casting these spells when I'm spelling these words. That's real, that's too real. I've been Roosevelt, I need a new deal. Trying to figure out what I should do still. I'm really never waiting here too still.
So that's gonna be Andre and his friends. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of his new videos coming out. And then the link to his channel is gonna be listed in the description below, so go ahead and check that out as well. All right, so back to wingsuit piloting. The main thing you want to do is get to 200 jumps and then learn as much as possible. So now that you have 200 jumps, congratulations, you now qualify for the minimum jump requirements in order to sign up for a first flight course. And once again, I say minimum because that's the recommended minimum that you can have. But of course, if you don't feel comfortable, if you think you need more jumps, you know yourself better than I do. You know your skill set and how comfortable you are in the air. If you need more, once again, do more jumps. I didn't start wingsuit piloting until I had around 300 jumps, just to give you kind of a reference or an FYI. So now that you have 200 skydives, what you're going to want to do is find a wingsuit coach, preferably someone who has tons of experience, who has proven themselves in the industry and in the sport. So once you find that coach, you're going to want to sign up for a first flight course, and this is going to be your moment to shine. This is finally you're going to be able to get into a wingsuit. So congratulations. What you're going to want to do is sign up for that course. You're going to pay your monies, you're going to jump, you're going to debrief, you're going to learn, and then before you know it, boom, congratulations, you are a wingsuit pilot. That's all it takes literally is sign up for AFF, become a skydiver, get 200 jumps, and then you can sign up for your first flight course. Boom, you're a wingsuit pilot, easy as that. So congratulations, you now are part of a small community of individuals who will ever experience human flight in their life. This is like a huge, I mean, to me, it's like the best thing on earth. Flying, like look at this, it's beautiful up there. But anyway, flying, it's just amazing. Human flight, it's great. You are now a wingsuit pilot, easy as that. So now on to phase two, what we're gonna be talking about is equipment, this beautiful item here that allows me to fly through the air. Anyway, so phase two, equipment. The question that I've been getting the most is, am I using the same exact skydiving rig and parachute that I have been previously in my previous skydives in order to wingsuit? Short answer is gonna be yes. Long answer here, let's get into it. And I'm gonna read this just so I don't get it wrong. There is specialized equipment specific to wingsuiting that will definitely help make the sport safer overall. However, it is best to consult your first jump course instructor. So fortunately for me, when I bought my equipment, it just happened to play out that my canopy that I bought when I first bought up my first ever rig was also wingsuit friendly. So when I say wingsuit friendly, it was a big canopy. It was docile. When it opened, it wasn't aggressive or anything like that. And at the same time, it was a 9-cell canopy. Ideally, you would want a 7-cell canopy, but once again, those two factors, it being big and it opening nice and docile, not aggressively, are two key things that really allow me to continue jumping my same setup now in a wingsuit. So from my original skydiving setup to now my wingsuiting setup, the only thing that I really changed was my reserve handle. I don't know if you can see this here, but this was my old one. I have a pillow on this side. This is gonna be my cutaway. And then for my reserve, I have a brand new pillow. That's why the colors don't really match. But I used to have a D-ring here, and you can go ahead and look back in my old videos. I used to have a D-ring, and that's kind of a snag hazard. So that was like the main thing that I changed. And then also, if you're wingsuit piloting, you should have an AAD. In general, you should have an AAD. So I'm gonna recommend everyone getting an AAD, but yes, long answer, story short, this is the same exact rig and skydiving setup that I use in order to wingsuit now currently. All right, so now with that short overview of gear and skydiving and wingsuits and all of that, we're gonna be talking about money. This is probably the most important thing, because if you have money, you can become a wingsuit pilot probably in like 2 months. Anyway, let's talk about the monies and what's required financially in order to get you in this bad boy. We live, and we're gonna talk about some monies today. Monies, cash money. All right, so this is gonna be the money dinero. We're gonna write it down just so we don't mess anything up. I'm gonna break my calculator out as well. Let's just write this down real quick. Oh man, I don't know how much AFF is. I'm gonna go ask real quick. Follow me. Oh yeah. No, that's 13, 15.
Plus that? Do you want to do, oh yeah, plus 50.
So I pay for that one and then
All right, let's bust it out. Now that we know how much AFF is, we're gonna go ahead and bring out the handy dandy calculator app, and we're just gonna run some numbers. So 1350 or 1350 is gonna be AFF, and then we're gonna do 200 skydives. 200 skydives, jump ticket on average is, let's say, $30. So $30 times 200 skydives is gonna be $6,000. Would you look at that? So let's go ahead and add that, $6,000. The price of a used car. Anyway, skydiving rig. On the used end, I wanna say you can pick up a good skydiving rig for anywhere to 3 to 4 grand. So we're just gonna say 3,500. And then if you're gonna buy brand new skydiving rig, I'm gonna say 8 to 10. Let's meet in the middle, maybe like $9,000 for everything, the whole complete system, brand spanking new. First flight course, I'm gonna say about $500 for a first flight course. This is gonna be your wingsuit first flight course, so $500-ish. Once again, that's ish, $500. And then let's say you're gonna buy a used wingsuit, because of course you have to have a wingsuit in order to wingsuit skydive. New, we're looking at, I'm gonna say $1,200 to $1,300. Let's just say 13. And then used, I just had a coworker of mine who works on the packing mat pick up a Swift, I wanna say 3 for $300, which is in my, it's a steal, but we're just gonna say $400. So $400. Now we're gonna add up the grand totals and see what we come up with. So $1,350 plus $6,000 plus $3,500. If you wanna show this real quick. Plus $3,500 plus 500 plus 400. So that's 11,750 for all the used stuff. If you're gonna go the brand new route, let's say you wanted to be bougie and be brand new, get everything fresh off the press, it's gonna be plus $9,000 plus $500 plus 13. You're gonna at $1,850, so almost $2,000. 18,150. So there you guys go. If it's my personal opinion, the way that I went about this, because it's a lot of money. Once again, if you buy everything used on the rough end, it's gonna be around $11,750. If you buy everything new, it's gonna be almost $20,000, $18,150. The way that I went about it, because I'm a broke boy, gang, the way I went about this, because skydiving is extremely expensive, is I bought my gear used. And now I'm gonna go ahead and share some pro tips with you guys. All right, so pro tip number one, I have it on my phone just to make sure I don't mess it up, but pro tip number one was buy everything used. Obviously, yeah, do that. So pro tip number two is gonna be borrow a suit from a friend. And then if you can, demo as much as you can, like canopies and things like that, before you buy new, because once you make those big purchases, it's a lot of money. So you're gonna wanna make sure you get the right equipment so you don't have to rebuy equipment, buy, sell, and all that stuff. Get the good stuff the first time. Anyway, so once again, bonus tip number 1 is gonna be buy everything used. Bonus tip number 2 is gonna be borrow a suit from a friend if you can. This way you can just kind of progress and yeah, not spend all that money. And then number 3 is gonna be jump with your skilled homies, and they will give you advice and tips for free. And it's kind of like a coach jump, but since you're with your friends, obviously if they have more skill, they're gonna wanna share that with you. If they love you and they care about you and they want you to see you succeed and progress, they're gonna share those skills with you. So once again, buy used, borrow stuff from friends, and then jump with friends because they can kind of give you tips and advice on how to progress so you don't have to pay for coaching and things like that. But I just want to leave this as a disclaimer. Lastly, get coaching from professionals and speak with professionals if you are serious about this. The fastest way to go from point A to point B successfully is to pay for coaching, so I highly encourage that. All right, and then last but not least, I wanted to go ahead and leave you guys this is gonna be kind of a change of pace in the video, but I promised at the end I would give some real life advice, so this is gonna be exactly that. I have my phone here because sometimes when I have ideas, I need to write them down, so I'm just gonna kind of go off of that. But this is the main thing that I want to share with you guys. This is probably going to be the game changer for a lot of you guys. Hopefully one person, if this impacts one person, it'll be great, but hopefully some people take this and actually do something with it. So bottom line, if there's something you truly want, no matter what stands in your way, you'll make it happen and you will find the info. The reason I'm bringing this up because this is primarily an informational video where I'm like teaching you guys how to do something, but the how is not the issue. Oftentimes, you already know what it is you need to do. For instance, if you wanted to get a six-pack or you wanted to make more money, obviously to get a six-pack, you eat less because abs are made in the kitchen, and you work out the whole night. If you wanted to make more money, you spend less money, you increase your skills, you charge more people, you open a business, things like that. Yeah, so these are things that you already know how to do. You're just not executing on this. This is why I'm trying to harp on this issue. You can Google anything nowadays. I promise you, you just need a little bit of work and you can get the answers to anything that you want online. Honestly, if you spend like maybe 2-3 hours, sometimes I go down these weird rabbit holes for days where I'm just like focused on one informational piece that I want to learn, like a business skill set or something maybe YouTube related. And I just go down a rabbit hole and I learn as much as possible. And you can find all the information you want. There's an abundance of information on the internet. So once again, do your research, guys. Don't just listen to one video or listen to one person. Just seek out as many different options available to you. And once again, look for reputable sources. Make sure the information is coming from a person who knows what they're talking about. Now, you want to become a chef, you can do that. You want to become a car mechanic, you can do that. There's courses online. You want to open your own business. Once again, just do the research. You can get anything you want done. It doesn't have to be a wingsuit pilot related. You can do anything. So I just wanted to be clear. Online, they will literally give you guides on how to do step-by-step things, just kind of like the video that I'm giving you right now. But you know what the real problem is in this world? The real problem that I see, a lot of people they just talk, or they say they have an idea and they don't execute, and this really bothers me. The biggest thing is execution. If you can just say you're gonna do something and then do it, showing up is half the battle to achieving any goal that you want, and I promise you that much. It's easy to figure out what you want to do, but actually doing it, that's where people drop the ball. Ideas are worthless. The only way that someone can turn an idea into something that's worth value is through action. So once again, action, execution, just do it. This is the most important thing. We can sit here and talk until I'm blue in the face, but if you don't do anything about it, this information falls on deaf ears and it's irrelevant. Now, that's what separates the doers and the people who just talk about it, is execution. And then as a bonus, all right,